Central Bank of Nigeria has okayed the appointment of Alhaji Ahmad Abdullahi as the non-executive director of FBN Holding PLC and its chairman. He, of course, on the right of your screen, replaces Mr. Remi Babalola on the left, who resigned on Friday. This was disclosed by the CBN's Director of Corporate Communications, Mr. Osita Onwanusobi. Joining us to discuss further is Arise business analyst Chika Mbonu. Chika, you're very welcome.
Hi, morning.
I'm fine, sir. Sorry to throw this on you. Yeah, we could indeed. And what news to deal with for Christmas? What do you make of this FBN updates?
Okay, let me put, for our viewers, let me put things in perspective, as I always try to do. You know, the interesting thing about the major activity of banking, which is lending, is that, another name for it is risk asset, which means the risk it will go bad. And the season, the year that you give it out, is not the year that it goes bad.
Right.
Indeed, some people can celebrate the results of the giving out the loan, and 3, 4, 5 years down the line, some people take the pains or heat for the bad loans.
Okay.
So when we who were in the system at the time saw that a lot of loans that were passed off by some class A banks were being booked in First Bank. And they also got information about insider dealings and self-lending in First Bank. We knew that it was just a matter of time before the chicken would come home to roost for the bank. So not surprising, therefore, that about 6 years ago, there was a major rot in the bank. Auditors found major rot in the bank. Auditors, external auditors of the bank, central bank auditors, and then, of course, NDIC auditors, they all found a major rot in the bank. And which led to very high non-performing loans, NPLs, in the bank, very high NPLs in the bank. Now, Central Bank of Nigeria, realizing that Federal First Bank was a systematically important bank,
right?
Oldest bank in the country, the largest customer base, even in the payment system, the largest transactions, and that what affects First Bank will affect the whole banking system. They did an underground, on a G, and tried to watch list the loans. Basically, what it led to was that it moderated the level of NPLs. But concurrently, it also, the CBN also agreed with the core owners then and the core managers then, that between 150 billion and 200 billion every year for 5 to 6 years will be quarantined towards writing off these loans, bad loans. And so by 2020, they had written off about 1 trillion. And by 2020, the bank has stabilized. Now, what's happened also that is along the line, the other squabbles that happened that whereby they tried to remove the managing director and stuff like that. And the Central Bank has to intervene also.
That was in April.
April, yeah. They tried to intervene to remove that board then and appoint a new board, which Mr. Remi Babalola, April came on stream. But let me put something out there, just for the benefit of our viewers and our customer, the position so they be comfortable. The different levels of controls the Central Bank has put in place always for a bank. Basically, even though the board is the ultimate authority, they're beholden to the Central Bank, the managing director and the executive director, also once they're appointed, also they're beholden to Central Bank, they have responsibilities. The risk manager have responsibilities. The compliance people have responsibilities. So when you see this is happening in the bank, it just means that everybody has, everybody has failed one way or other in their responsibility.
Okay.
And what should have happened normally is that you should see the management not agreeing with the board. It's really if it's self-lending from the board.
Okay.
With management resigning and stuff like that. But whenever I see that doesn't happen, it means everybody that acquiesced to that. So April, Remi Babalola and his team coming. Maybe you didn't know Remi was also historically an alumni of First Bank. Was an ED in First Bank. So of course he knew about the history of First Bank. I guess that's one of the reasons why they put him there. And he tried within the few months he was there to introduce some transparency and clear the historical ruts in the company, and that have been smothered by those who were running the bank.
Yeah.
Because a lot of self-lending was also, involved. And he cleaned up the bank, tried to clean up the bank, introduce corporate governance. One of the things they did also was to transfer the registers from First Bank registers to Meristem to enhance transparency.
Right.
And which is what next I'm leading to, and determine who owned which share.
Right.
That's one major issue. And then the coming of Mr. Femi Otedola on board.
Yep.
To come and scatter the whole thing, buying shares of the bank. And,
yes.
I remember I told you in this program that the corporate environment is always boring. And that I liked that happening, so that let's shake things up. let's see things analyzed.
Yes.
Because this is like an everyday occurrence abroad. But it's coming on board also led to a lot of other things in the board. Everybody tried to say, oh no, start pulling out shares from the shelves. I own this, I own that. Right. You didn't recognize this before, and I guess. A combination of all those shareholder challenges and quarrels, I don't want to call it quarrel or whatever, maybe frustrated a professional like Remi
Babalola to say he's going to say,
I can't get into this fight, and so leave. So, but CBN, remember, keep your eye on the first objective, which was what? Maintaining the sanctity of the bank. Stability of the bank. And then ensuring the corporate governance weakness was what led to CBN intervention. So CBN must continue to maintain that. I guess that's why they brought in this Ahmed Abdullahi, a core professional, formerly director of banking supervision.
At the CBN? At
CBN.
Right.
CBN was also, First Bank was one of the portfolios they manage. He managed also. So he's coming now, I guess, will be with the last mile, the last leg of the race to make sure that the bank is finally landed. Superior profitability, cleaner balance sheet, and then, stable shareholder base that enable CBN to exit the bank and hand over the bank to core professional shareholders to manage. But as an CBN is still managing the bank.
Excellent breakdown, Chika. Chika, only a minute left. Quickly, should we be panicking about loans to China? Just very quickly, the DMO.
Well, they said the Minister of Internal Justice always read the agreements. I hope so. I hope they read agreements very well. Yes. Because so that we don't lose our Murtala Mohammed airport. Like Uganda was told, so they lost the entire.
Exactly.
But I can imagine what 200 million who protest. But seriously speaking, we hope that they look at the fine lines and make sure that the agreements are properly looked at. 10% of our loan portfolio is major for a country. Even though the DMO is trying to moderate it, but 10% from a country is massive. But let's just make sure also these assets generate the cash flow to pay back the loans.
Fantastic.
That's basically what the major issue for us is.
Arise business analyst Chika Mbonu. Chika, thank you so much
for joining us.